I think some of y'all kind of approach the question of looking for a good food release knife from the wrong direction. In my opinion, you're not really limited to just big, thick knives for having a knife that's good food release. You can take a blade that has a more sort of flat-faced grind to it, and add some micro convexity and convexity to it as you sharpen, and this will improve the food release capabilities. So instead of looking for a knife with great food release capabilities, take a knife that you like otherwise and improve its food release capabilities would be kind of my recommendation. I have something here to demonstrate a really nice factory convexing. This is an Ashi Ginga Tsuji Hiki. And you can see the original finish here is where it's more matte finish, more belt finish, whereas you can see where I've thinned it, it's shinier from the stone finish. But they do a really good job of putting convexity into a really thin knife. There's quite a bit of convexity that I've just followed as I sharpen, build into that very thin-spined laser of a knife. And another interesting thing about these is actually on the other side, they're actually concave. And you can see that too. If I laid this flat on the stone and sharpened it, it would make contact here along the spine and also here near the edge. And in the middle, there would be that concave spot where the stone didn't touch. The nice thing about that is if you add a little bit of convexity near the edge on this side, you're almost giving yourself your own little S grind. So you got concave going to convex, going to finally a little nano bevel, and then your cutting edge. And that will actually improve. If you did this to another knife that was just flat on both sides and not really nicely ground, like this Ashi, then it would improve its food release capabilities greatly. That's actually what I have here. This is just a factory finish Kanehide, but it's one that I've had for a long time and have over the years given it a convex grind from about here to the edge. So it's convex quite a bit there and on this side as well. And that means that even though this is a very thin spine knife and there's not a whole lot of room to work with for convexity, there is enough convexity in there that I can get pretty good food release. As you can see, it doesn't stick. Even this is a weird apple, it's one of those red ones. But it doesn't stick to the surface much because of that convexity. Another good tip for food release, if your food is sticking to a knife, usually I go to a different tool. If it is really bad, then just don't do that task with a knife. Use a mandolin. Use the slicer attachment on a food processor. And also another tip is move faster. Sometimes when stuff is sticking to your knife, it's just because you're moving too slowly. And if you move quicker, then the force of the knife hitting the next slice will knock that one off. And so on. And then food release doesn't really matter. But anyways, that's what I've been thinking about. Hopefully that's helpful to someone.